Welcome, beautiful yogis. Today we are going to focus on a little bit more of a core focused yoga practice. Thank you for joining me. This is my channel, Theodora Spathis, Yoga with Theodora. And with all the practices offered, with all the classes offered, there are modifications and variations. So today, since we are doing a little bit of core, we might be on our hands and wrists. Now, if there is any reason that might be uncomfortable for you, you can always come down onto the forearms. I'll try to give you as many variations as possible, but please listen to your body. If something doesn't feel right, adjust and modify. So let's begin at the top of our mats. Feet come together, spread your toes nice and wide. Okay, draw those shoulders back and tuck the tailbone under. Palms facing forward. Let's come into your Tadasana, mountain pose. Close your eyes. Let's feel the feet on the ground and draw energy from the earth upwards towards the crown of your head. Now that might sound a little bit weird, but if you can feel as though you are becoming taller and lighter, this is exactly what we're doing here. So we're not allowing our body to slump. We are lifting tall. Shoulders are back, chest is open, airways are free. And you're able to breathe in deeply, breathe out slowly. So again, feet are grounded, all four corners of those feet. Tailbone is reaching down and you are making yourself as tall as possible. Lift the crown of the head as tall as you can up towards the ceiling. Good. We're going to take a nice big deep breath in through the nose one more time. And exhale out through the mouth. Let's do that one more. Big deep breath in. And breathe it out. Okay, open the eyes. Bring the palms together up over your head. And as you exhale, we're going to bend the knees and come into a forward fold. Releasing your fingertips down, lower the head towards your knees. Just hang here for a couple more breaths. If you feel really tight through those hamstrings, bend the knees even more so. Otherwise, extending those legs. Let's come up halfway. So bend the knees slightly, shoulders back, head forward, belly in. Breathing it in, breathing it out. Take one more inhale. Hold that breath, hands to the mat, step back into your plank. So this is where we start to modify. Now you can come down onto the knees as a beginner, or if there's any core issues, or back issues I should say, or alternatively come onto the forearms, preferably knees off the ground. Holding strong, your core variation. Okay, press the floor away, keep the head forward, belly in. Breathing in, breathing out. It's going to be a real battle for me today. I'm going to try and avoid not to swallow a fly. Welcome to Australia. One more breath. Okay, lower the knees and lower the chest down onto the mat. Come into your cobra, lifting the chest and shoulders back. Contract your buttocks. Look over one shoulder and over to the other side. As far under as you can go. Good. Back to center. Let's press into child's pose. Kick the knees a little bit wider, let your head rest down and arms relax down as well. Breathing in, breathing out. One more breath. Inhale, roll forward, come up into your downward facing dog. Let's walk the feet out, lifting one heel up and down at a time. Let your head hang. Good. Again, really spread your toes, lengthen through the backs of those heels. Warming up, not only through the backs of those legs, but also through the soles of the feet. Take one more breath. Inhale and exhale. Bend the knees. Let's step the feet towards the front of the mat. Exhale, come into a forward fold. Look ahead of you, take your arms wide, bend your knees, palms reach up together, up over your head. Exhale, release, hands down by your side, back into your mountain pose. Again, feet grounded. Inhale, palms up, palms together. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Hold here for one more breath. Keep lengthening head forward, tailbone back. On your next inhale, breathe in through the nose, hold that breath, hands back to the mat, step it back into your variation of plank. Remember, you can drop down to your knees. So here we are in 4-point plank. This is 6-point with knees on the ground. And then again, you can have 4-point plank with your forearms onto the mat. 2 more breaths. And then lower knees, chest onto the mat. Lift up, cobra, shoulders back. Look over again, one shoulder. Don't forget to breathe. Over the other side. Back to center, into child's pose. Take the knees wide. Arms and head rest. Inhale, roll back up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Spread those fingers wide so you're not just using the wrists. Really try to strengthen all of those muscles here. One more breath. Lifting and lengthening. Nice work. Look forward, bend your knees. We'll step the feet towards the front of the mat. Exhale, lengthen down. Come up again, mountain pose. Big deep breath in, palms together. And exhale, release, hands down by your side. Take the feet slightly apart. Swoop the arms about shoulder height. Palms facing upwards, so this will help to open up the shoulders. Sit back into your chair. Draw that tailbone under and draw your belly in. So it's quite common to want to stick the bum out, tuck it in. Lift your toes off. That's it, hold, so you're working through that posterior chain. Sink down a little lower, maybe arms lift a little higher. Sink down a little lower, arms a little higher. One more breath. Breathe and release. Come into your forward fold. Halfway lift. Right, hands flat. Let's see if we can jump back or float back into your plank. Lower the chest to the mat. Come into your cobra. One more time, hold this time, no looking over each shoulder. Look up a little higher, keep the shoulders back away from your ears. Working through that lower abdomen and release. Quick little child's pose. Nice. Okay, we're gonna roll back onto all fours. We'll do a few rounds of your cat-cows. So tailbone, focus on that tailbone today. Tuck the tailbone under, chin to chest. Inhale, lengthen upwards. Good. Rolling. Breathing in. And breathing out. A few more rounds. So cat-cow is a nice way to at least awaken your core and your pelvic floor and the abdominal region, especially if you've been sitting down for long periods of time, or if you're just waking up in the morning, or you've had children and that core needs a little bit of reminding to switch on. We'll have our muscles that effortlessly switch on, the other ones are a little bit more lazy. Okay, come back to center. So again, we're going to work through that core region. Keep your knee directly underneath your hip. Hands will be firmly onto the ground. Take your right leg out to the side. Now we're going to swing it across over to the left. So focusing on that left glute. Swing it out to the right and back over to the left. Sit good. Don't be afraid to move through the ribs. Sit out to the side. If you're really sore or you're just starting off, let's go a little bit slower. And if you're a little bit more practiced, get a little bit more active here with your swing side to side. Good, let's do one more round. Out to the side, back to center. Okay, and extend left leg out and take it across. Keep the arms strong. Take good, lengthen. Keep breathing. A few more. Now my left leg is definitely the lazier side. I can feel it fatigues a lot more quickly. But with practice and persistence, it keeps moving strong and healthy. Okay, let's do one more. Take it across, back to center. Very good. All right, so let's give the wrists a bit of a roll, rotation. Actually, let's tuck the tailbone under and toes to get that thunderbolt in. So spread your fingers, scrunch them up. And other direction. Circling around. Keep the shoulders relaxed. All right, once you've done both directions, give the hands a bit of a shake out. We're gonna come onto side plank. So make sure elbow is directly underneath your shoulder. That will help with weight distribution. If your elbow is too far out, you're gonna feel a lot of discomfort in the shoulder. So this will always help. Alignment can be a big change in your practice. Okay, so right leg will stay long. We're gonna bend that left knee. So sorry, I'm on my left side. That should help. Right arm will extend up. Now, once you've got that position, if you're able to, bring your left leg forward and hold that side plank. Breathe. So just giving the wrists a bit of a break here. So your hips will want to drop. Your job is to lift them up high for 3, for 2, and 1. Now you can drop and flip over, or you can swivel over to the other side. So right forearm onto the ground, elbow underneath the shoulder, and lift and extend. Breathe. Again, holding strong. That's it, good. For 3, for 2, and 1. Nice work. Release. All right, bring the chest back down onto the mat. Come into your cobra. Inhale, lift. Sit back into child's pose. Stretch it out. Palms facing up in your child's pose. One more breath here. This time, breathe it out through the mouth. Roll back up. Sorry, not child's pose. Cat-cow, all fours. Downward facing dog. Take one more breath here in your down dog. Bend the knees. We're going to step the right foot forward, then the left. Exhale, fold. We're going to lift up halfway. We're going to fold one more time. This time, sit your hips back, swoop the arms forward and up, just as we had earlier, into your chair pose, Utkatasana. Again, lift your toes off the mat, belly in, tailbone lengthens back. Draw the shoulders back, so you've always got space. Keep lifting the chest for 3, for 2, and 1. Inhale, come up to standing, slightly lean back, arms by your ears, palms together in front of your heart center. Release your arms down. Let's go into your hip circles next. 5 to 7 circles each way. Good. Moving those hips around. And then let's go into awakening of the feet. So again, spread your feet and toes nice and wide, lifting up and down through the balls of the feet. Good. So this is a great one for strengthening your foot muscles, strengthening your ankles, your Achilles tendon. And if you're running a lot, walking on concrete, which is really most people these days, or in quite confined shoes, this will help to awaken muscles that may have been dormant or just are overused by other major muscle groups. Let's go into your ankle rolls. We're activating the feet for our balancing poses that are going to come soon. So both directions. Keep your eyes open when you do your balances. This will help. If you're quite advanced and you want to try it out, you can always try this with your eyes closed. You'll notice a big difference in your balance. Nice work. Bring your legs down, shake them out. Okay, step your feet wide. We're going to come into triangle pose. So left foot will stay forward. Turn your right foot out to the side. Open the arms out. Big deep breath in. Reach it towards the right. Bring the hand inside of the shin bone and left arm extends up. Now you can look to the floor for more neck support. You can look straight ahead or you can lift up to the sky. Be mindful there's no back issues here. If there is, you might need to bend your right leg a little bit more. So very lightly resting, you're not collapsing down. This is where we're working through that core section. Holding that pose. Now we're going to extend your triangle, left arm reaching forward. 2 more breaths. On your next inhale, reach it back up. Exhale, release down. Nice work. Let's turn the feet around. So right foot turning sideways, left foot out to the side. Extend, reach it to the left and come into your triangle. Breathe. Again, knee is in line with your big toe and the back heel is square to the foot, if not slightly pushed out. Keep breathing. Notice if you're collapsing, hold and lift. Let's extend the right arm forward, bicep to ear. Really get that length. Let's take one more breath here. Nice work. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Okay, we're gonna do one more round. Again, so you'll be intrigued to notice how much your core works in certain standing poses. Right, turn your feet out to the right. Arms reach out, big deep breath in, lengthen forward, Trikonasana. Holding. Now, some people actually bring their hands down and then swing their hips back out. I prefer to have it this variation just because my body feels like it's working here more. But of course, you modify as you need to. Okay, left arm, reaching forward. This time, if you're able to, we're gonna reach the right arm as well, like you're holding a ball. Keep holding. One more breath. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Nice work. Okay, let's turn it around one more time. Left foot, whoops, to the front of the mat. Open up, big deep breath in, reach and lengthen. Now that we're in triangle pose here, if you have a tendency to overstretch, you have hypermobile joints, slight bend will again hold you nice and strong. Reach that right arm forward over your head. Keep breathing. Now bring the left arm to join. Hold that ball. Hold. 2 more breaths. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Turn your feet to face forward, step or jump your feet closer in. Shake the arms and the legs out. Nice work. Hip circles one more time, just 2 to 3 each way. Very good. Okay, staying in the center of your mat. Turn your feet out a little. Bring your hands to heart center. We're going to squat down. Now the key focus is to keep your feet flat. So you only go to a position where your feet stay flat. Once your heels lift, you've gone too far. So let's squat down. Now you might be here and push your hips back and out. We want the glutes to work, your hamstrings to work, your inner thighs, and of course the core. Now if you can go deeper, go deeper. You might want to bring your fingertips onto the mat. Be mindful your knees don't come over the toes. As you notice, my heels have lifted. So keep the bum back. Excuse me, keep the spine long. This is great for the pelvic floor. So here, if you can draw up those muscles like you need to pee, hold that in for 3. For 2, keep squeezing for 1. Nice work. Bring your hands forward and down, step back into your plank. We are going to go into our side plank as we did earlier. So this time, if you'd like, bring your left hand onto the ground, turn to your left. If you'd like to stay with the variation we did earlier, drop the forearm down and come into your side plank from here. Now, I've got my right leg in front. You can have it back. It doesn't matter, or alternatively, you can stack the legs. Okay, hold for 3, for 2, and 1. Release. Let's do the other side. Come into your variation. Either forearm, either stagger the legs, or stack them. Make sure wrist is underneath the shoulder. If not, then the elbow. Keep lifting for 3, for 2, for 1. I think we held it a little bit longer, right? Back into plank, lower the chest down, chaturanga, open up, cobra. Lower the chest back down. We're going to bring heels to bottom, take your knees wide, so big toes are touching. Bring your hands a little bit more further in front. Okay, you're going to feel a bit more extension through the front of your hips. So as you can see, my shoulders are down away from my ears. Hair drawing back towards my toes. Keep lengthening, so stretching through the abdomen here. 2 more breaths. And release back down, child's pose. 1 more breath here. Okay, lift up, downward facing dog. Pressing the heels down. On your next inhale, right leg to sky, big deep breath in. Step the foot between your hands, ground your back heel. Let's come into your warrior 2. So again, we're going to work through that trunk section. We're going to reverse the warrior. So reach it up and back. Bring the right fingertips inside of your ankle and extend your side angle. Fingertips reaching forward. Big deep breath in, reverse. Exhale, lengthen back. Your legs are strong. Inhale, side angle. Exhale, extend the side angle. Good, keep that rhythm going. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Release and extend in your side angle. Good, let's do 1 more round. Breathe it in, breathe it out, and last one. Lift and lengthen. Hands to the mat, back into downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg to sky. Look forward, step the foot through. Ground your back heel, strong as you come up, warrior 2. Let's reverse that warrior. Reach it up and back, extend. And then bring the left hand inside of your foot and fingertips reaching forward over the head. Keep it breathing. You keep it breathing. Oh my days, sometimes those cues come out flying out of my mouth before I can digest what I've said. Right, extend, side angle, reverse warrior. Good. And extended side angle. Strong through those legs. 1 more round. Breathe it in, breathe it out. And last one here. Inhale, lift, exhale, lengthen. Well done. Hands to the mat, back into downward facing dog. Walk your feet out. Okay. We're going to take the feet to the edges of the mat. Turn them out slightly. Walk the hands back. Come into your squat, maybe malasana. Keep the feet flat. Try not to round your spine. I can do it as well. So shoulders back. Again, depending on how much I've sat all day, will just depend on how tight my hips can be. Oh, they're so loud, those cockatoos. Okay, we're going to come into crow pose. Bring your hands down onto the mat. You're going to turn them in slightly. Come up onto the haunches. So you're going to squat down. Now you're going to lift your bum up. Bring the knees onto the backs of the arms. Look towards the top of your mat and bring your weight forward. Don't worry about taking off. Your core is going to work here. So you might actually feel comfortable in lifting one heel. So I'm not bouncing forward and back. I'm actually holding that pose. And then if it feels available to you, lift both feet up off the ground. Keep looking forward, keep breathing. And release, come back down, come onto your bottoms. Well done, shake the legs out. Arms circling around, wrist circles, and then wave the feet. Good, all right, shake them both out. Active butterfly, sitting up tall. So crow pose is scary when you first start it. You think you're going to nosedive, and you might, and that's okay. Once you've fallen once, you sort of get used to what that might feel like. But it's about balancing your weight. It's not about strength in your arms. You'd be surprised how much your core is needed. Again, practice, keep building that confidence. All right, bring your legs out in front, shake them out again. Take your legs as wide as the mat, twist over onto your left and walk the hands around to the back of your mat. Look over your left. Keep the spine long. So spinal twist, working and toning through that abdominal area, helping with digestion. Okay, release. Let's twist over to the other side. And so you're on the side of your buttock. If your both buttocks are down, you're going to find it's a little bit hard. So come onto the side, walk the hands around, and breathe. This pose doesn't have an official name, not that I found anyway. I call it licorice twist. If you want to offer a name, feel free to add that in the comments below. Okay, let's come back to center. Come down onto the forearms like we're relaxing at the beach. Now tuck the tailbone under, and we don't want to collapse, so always push away from the ground. Take your legs up to the sky. Now for some of you, this will be enough. We're going to take the legs wide and then bring them back to center. Take them wide, back to center, wide. Keep breathing. Now if your legs are shaking, that is a really good sign you're working here. And not only that, you're actually creating new muscle memory. Good. Oh, these are more spicy than I realized today. Okay, a few more. Let's go 3, 2, and 1. Bring your feet down, just give the legs a bit of a shake out, switch off the muscles, and then we take them back up to the sky. Now, when you start, you might prefer to have your legs bent. If your hamstrings are tight, I am not going to ask you to have your legs straight. So before we begin, when you lower the legs down, you're only going to go to a point where you feel strong. The moment your back arches, you've gone way too low. So as you can see, one leg lowers down and then bring it back up. Just holding that leg to the sky is already a workout. So if you only go there, then that's fine. But don't collapse. So go to your level. Keep breathing. My job is to make things look easy. And I promise you, I am sweating over here. Good. All right, let's do 3 more each side. Good. And last one. Oh, good Lord. All right, roll onto your back, knees to your chest. We are just about there. Give yourself a little roll side to side. Just give your back and your hips a little massage. And then we're going to come into happy baby. So feel free to grab a hold of your big toes, soles of the feet, the ankles, the shin bones, or preferably backs of the legs. And press the entire back into the mat. If it feels good, rock side to side. Otherwise, just hold your pose. 2 more breaths. And we're going to do 1 more stretch for the abdomen, which we did earlier. So same pose. Bring your legs back down onto the mat. Just flip onto the mat as long as you can see me. So it is a variation of your cobra. So knees wide, big toes touching, hands a little bit more forward than, say, normal cobra. Lift your head, your chest up. Again, you can adjust the hands to where it feels good for you. So looking down is great, but looking up is even more of a deeper stretch. So toes towards the head and head towards the toes. Lift the chin. 3 more breaths, everyone. And release back down. Just rest your head onto your hands. Keep your knees bent, and we're going to sway the legs side to side. So core work, I don't feel gets spoken enough about. It's not just having abs. Everyone's got abs, otherwise their bellies would just, and your back would just go all the time. So everyone has abs. Your core is your willpower. It's your solar plexus. It is important to have a strong core, not just physically, but mentally and spiritually. And you can replace spiritually with any other word that you like. But it's your inner strength. Okay, so let's bring the legs back down, flip onto your back. And it's not just for women, although women will greatly benefit from core as well as men. Again, just standing up for yourself, speaking up for yourself. And it's also why a lot of us these days have such issues with our digestion. We're just taking it in. We're not allowing things to let go. Okay, so allow things to process. We hold on to stuff. So we get angry with certain stuff, and then we're a little bit passive with the other. It's all yin and yang. It'll eventually find its balance. But core, when this gets strong, you'll find your fire will pick up for yourself. Okay, we're going to finish off with some bridge poses now that I've done your little pep talk. So feet grounded, arms nice and long, tuck the chin in. We're going to scoop that tailbone, squeeze your buttocks, lift up. Now, as we're at the end of the practice, you can have your arms parallel pressing down, or you can try for a bind. Clasp the hands, walk the elbows in, shoulders a little bit tighter in towards one another, or you can just keep them parallel. We're not supporting the back, we are pressing the arms into the floor. 3 more breaths here. And releasing any bind, roll your spine down. Well done, shake your legs out. We are complete. Now, speaking about core and solar plexus, getting your belly in the sun is a health hack. I cannot express to you enough. Now, I'm not talking about middle of the day, but getting your belly in the sun is going to have some amazing health benefits for you. Okay, so let your body relax here. Take a few more calming breaths. Soften any tension in the face, in the jaw. Bring your heart rate back down. And just let your body relax and recalibrate. Now feel free to stay here for as long as you like. 2 to 3 minutes is usually the suggested time for Shavasana to really be integrated into your cells. But even just taking a moment throughout your day just to pause and be is just as good as being still here. Thank you for joining me. Feel free to leave any comments below, what you like more of. And until next time, always remember you are enough, you're amazing, you are worthy, and you are joy, and you are joyful. No matter how stressful life can get, there is always joy to be found. Thank you, everyone. Till next time, keep shining your light bright. Namaste.